make these into my Apex assessments. So for my Apex assessment for Season 29 Apex patch notes, overclocked, we have the main stuff is death boxes, Axel, Vantage, and Conduit updates, and then the universal melee. I don't really care about the like skins that much. I won't go over that much. But for the other stuff, we have overclocked. It's gonna be a more fast-paced season. In the middle of the season, they're gonna make it so that it's a little bit easier to solo queue, by making it so that you go against like slightly you go against slightly worse people essentially. For the map rotation of Doom and Despair, that's funny synergy. But yeah, we have. Speaking of map rotation, I'll get to that in a second. But they're keeping the queue timings pretty much the same. Some people don't like it, some people do. I like that it's tighter with certain things. I think it's fair for like people who are not as skilled in the game. But yeah, I feel like noobs need to have a place in Apex, so I'm not too mad at it. But I understand that like pubs, especially queue times for those, if you're good at the game, feels like terrible to wait. Um, Ranked is not that bad for me though. And then bots in unranked modes, I mean like if there's some version of bot royale in the lower ranked like pubs so people can feel like they can play pubs without getting, I don't know, killed by all the movement players all day, then that's fine too. In-game audio, they said they're fixing it. The big thing that I read about this, because I read this on the way home a little bit, and I love that they made it so that you can change the volume of individual players. Because I used to just be able, like when I'm solo queuing, I just have to mute all my teammates. But the fact that I could turn some of them down if they're like yelling into the mic while keeping the other ones at a regular volume, I think that's gonna be really, really, really good to adjust the volume of people. But yeah, oh, Casey's in this time? I thought it was Stormpoint. Okay, interesting. We'll see. I'm gonna get to that in a second. That box respawns essentially is gonna be very loud, but like once you get killed, if you're able to finish your fight but somebody just griefs you to thirst you, you can res on the death box and get most of your attachments back and everything in case you weren't looted. You could do that. Pretty good. Um, Dropship, they're adjusting it a little bit so you get in the game faster, but it's you still are like a massive signal to everybody that you're being rezzed, so people can try to take advantage of you resetting. Um, they're adding chain healing similar to other games, like I think Farlight had this, Fortnite had it, and some other battle royale clones of Apex, or not clones of Apex, but you know other battle royales. They have different things. So chain healing is gonna be good. I think I'm gonna choose the single one. Off is like how you just have it regularly. Single is like you could choose to queue the next heal that you have. So I think I'm gonna do that one. Um, and yeah, Farlight, right, JT? And auto is like you just do every single one. But like yo, what's good, Cheater Juice? Welcome in. Appreciate all y'all here. Synergy, Jazz, JT, Cheater Juice. Appreciate y'all. Even JW here, who doesn't play Apex as much. WWW. Um, but yeah. For auto, I definitely don't think I would like auto because like sometimes you're like you pop a cell and then you realize a ring is coming. So ranked, I know you doing this. Wait, what are you talking about, Juice? Ranked after maybe, but the events is from like 3 to 8, so I might end up doing content or something after. Um, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do auto. In terms of health bars, I love this so much. I didn't even get to watch the video of it. Okay. So if you look at the one on the right, you see when they go further behind the tree, their health bar disappears, which is good. So yeah, I'm just happy that you're not able to see the health bars as much because I didn't think like, well, basically, Apex essentially made it so that like the visibility of the game was a lot better when they added health bars and they added outlines and enemies and stuff like that. So it's like you could see people better and smokes and other stuff. But I think they went too far in the extreme, so I'm glad that they're coming back towards the middle of making it so that you can't see people's health when they go behind cover, because then like playing cover is way more valuable and you don't just get pre-fired when you think that you're safe. So I think that's overall a good thing. Axel, you might have seen like a lot of videos on like what she does and stuff like that, but just for a quick little overview, oh look, my internet was tweaking for a second, but I think it's okay now. Can y'all still hear me? I hope y'all can still hear me. But yeah. Axel passive is drift, so she can like move around. Good, good, nice, nice, awesome. I saw like reconnecting to chat on my Twitch like thing when I was seeing the chat, so I was like, whoa, what happened? But cool. Um, yeah, so Axel accelerates and moves faster than others while sliding. She also has increased lateral control. So her movement is going to be insane just by passive. I saw videos of people who got the play test earlier that shows that she can like literally slide around the entire map and never have to like run. And you could just keep chaining slides together. And you could even slide uphill a little bit, which is pretty good. Because usually sliding uphill in this game is like pretty dog water. Nitro Gate is just like the circle you throw on the ground and you go across it and you like speed up. It's kind of similar to like if you were to play Mario Kart and you have those like speed areas where you can go to, or maybe a better example is like Rocket League. If anybody's played Rocket League, if you go in Rocket League and you go over the circles, you get a little bit of boost to get towards the goal. It's just like that. So it launches you into an instant slide, even if you are like not like sliding initially. The arrow thingies, yeah, exactly. um, so yeah, lasts up to 5 seconds as long as you're not naturally slowed by like running into cover or something like that. Like if you run into a roll, you're gonna stop, but like otherwise you'll keep your momentum. Or if you jump instantly, you can do like instant axle slides by like hitting it and insta jumping, and you go super fast. It's like way faster than a regular slide jump. So, Moki Sniper. They even like mention like movement wikis in the like literal patch notes, which is so insane. Which is basically a direct shout out to Moki. But like, yeah, his movement wiki has all the cool stuff you could do with Axel, and he already has like an Axel guide and everything. So definitely check that out if you want like specific movement stuff. The ultimate basically is a heat-seeking drone. You throw it out. If you're in the FOV of it, it'll seek you and then it'll try to blow you up and knock you into the air, so people can blast you if you get put out of cover by going straight up in the air. Um, so yeah, just be careful of that. It is everything in our kit is destroyable though. The tactical and ultimate is destroyable, but obviously, like if they use it situationally well, they might catch you popping a heal or in a bad position, and you have to choose between shooting the drone or shooting the enemies. So that's pretty rough. Or healing. So definitely gonna have a lot of value on this, even though a lot of this is destroyable. Her upgrades: a super glider, gain a second tactical job, second tactical charge, or automata, gain a second ultimate charge. I'm not sure which one I'd prefer so far. I think I'm gonna instinctively go for double charges because I just want to be zooming around because I'm on MNK. But I think there's gonna be a lot of value in the ultimate, so we'll see. I also don't know what the ultimate cooldown is, so we'll figure that out as people have more playtesting on it. Um, I feel like both her like level 3 upgrades are insane, to be honest. So you can get a double jump. So basically, like you hit the nitro gate and you have Sparrow double jump where you can tap strafe out of it. So like you can like tap strafe on the nitro thing, and then double jump backwards and like hit somebody. Insane movement potential on this character. Um, the other thing she has is the sliding shooter, which is basically like um you get like ammo from your magazine when you're sliding. So essentially, it's like, what's it called? When you slide on the thing, it basically makes it so that you like don't use the ammo that's in the gun right away. So like you have a way bigger mag. So like, for example, if you have like a gold mag like car, for example, you might have 30 bullets and then another 15 you can get if you're sliding down. So if you use your nitro gate, slide towards somebody, blast 15 bullets, and then have your full mag to keep shooting at them, which is insane. So like you'll turn like SMGs into like LMGs basically, which is just so crazy. Um, and then that's it for Axel specifically. Then for the other legend updates, the Vantage, basically when you ping somebody, you'll get 70% of an ultimate bullet. So you almost get like a full like ultimate bullet from just pinging people. But there's a 10-second cooldown, which I think is pretty balanced. Um, and then they just buffed every part of her tactical. So you get like basically Horizon's passive when you're landing out of it. You have increased velocity to 21 meters per second. Double jump range is way farther, almost doubled. Um, you still like go faster. So usually you'd slow down when you get close to Echo, but like now it's a little bit like faster. Um, and the cooldown is also lower, so you can move a lot more on Vantage. And then yeah, for the ultimate, you have a 2 time available now, and then the base site is a 4 time, and then that can go up to an 8 time. So you see that there, and then basically everything else is like the um the animations for using the 2 time is quicker, and the animation for using the regular sites are a little bit different. But everything is smoother, basically, to sum up all the numbers right here. Um, and yeah, for the upgrades, ping an enemy will track the entire enemy. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I think this is gonna be one of the strongest like perks in the game. Being able to ping one person on the team, tell if they're a solo, a duo, and tell where all their teammates are, and know what type of shields they're wearing too. So you know one is white, one is blue, one is purple. Insane. Um, and then Conduit on our base kit now, she has the 2 charges, and then they just changed the regen rates to kind of balance it, and they also gave her different perks that make it so that you can either instantly like heal part of your thing if you're in a lot of danger, or you can like regen through damage. Both extremely strong, so I think Kondo is going to be very good. And they also made it so that she goes towards skirmishes faster, so her passive is not useless with like actual skirmishers on the team. Because you'd always get a speed with skirmishers anyway. And then for Alter, they made her tactical cooldown longer. They decreased the range of her ults, and they increased the recall time, and they also increased the ally recall time, and they decreased the chase portal time. All that means is that everything is less in terms of like the distance and stuff, and it takes a longer time to pull people. And it also means that if somebody is ready to chase you when you pull your teammate, they can make it to the end of your port before you get a res off, because the res would usually take 5 seconds, and the chase portal open time is now 4 seconds. So how it used to work is that with that 6 seconds, you can fully res somebody and have an extra second to throw a nade as somebody's coming through the port for your teammate to get around cover, and you try to fight it while they pop a heal to fight with you. Now that is not possible. If you stick your teammates and they are on the portal and they take the portal, they will be on top of you before you finish resing your teammate, which is a huge, huge, huge change. It like fundamentally changes the like possibility of using alter, and you have to be like way more tactical on whether or not you pull your teammates. I personally think they should have just nuked the ability to move teammates in the first place, because a lot of times people use it when you get third partied and let those two teams fighting. And yeah, unless we have a lifeline, I mean lifeline is viable, but it still doesn't change the fact that like say for example your lifeline is the one that gets knocked, or your Newcastle is the one to get knocked, then it's way harder to get them back up, you know. So I don't know. I think oh yeah, and then Void Breacher, they reduced the movement speed from 30% to 15%. I thought this was the most broken perk in the game, probably, being able to have increased weapon handling and come out the port so fast. So them kind of like nuking the ability of this to make it like closer to the time of the regular port is like really huge. It's not gonna feel like an alter like jumps out at you and can do a full like, because usually if you do the alter tech where you like jump into the port and you get a super jump through it, you'd be able to initiate a slide when you come out the port and spray somebody as you're materializing before they could shoot you. So it would look like a little loop and that, and like yeah, basically this perk was insane. Like you can like get a huge peeker's advantage on somebody before they can actually shoot you coming through the port, and you can go back into your port and come back out, so you can bait out bullets. And it was insane. It was just truly insane. So yeah, I can't say they took Alter out back and shot her, but like they came pretty close, I'm not gonna lie. um they buffed Ash so her cooldowns are lower for her passive, and they made the passive faster. I think that's a good thing. I think with all the movement in the game, Ash wouldn't be broken with 2 dashes. That's just me though. I like the 2 dash Ash, but I don't know. Some people didn't like it, so it is what it is. I don't care about the melee. Cars back on the ground, L stars in the care package. So this is for the gun stuff. That's all the legend stuff. Um, let's see. Gold rotation is Devotion, Hemlock, Alternator, Charge Rifle, and Wingman. They made light ammo back to 60. I get why they did it. I kind of liked it how it was because people go through light ammo way quicker than some of the other ammo types because the light ammo guns are the fastest like shooting guns in the game. Like the R99 is like the fastest one. Um the R301 has one of the fastest ones. Like they just go through bullets way quicker than like a flatline or like other guns. So I kind of liked it how it was, but I understand why they want to balance the light weapons. But I also don't think the light class is like always the strongest class anymore. Like I think R9, everybody wants to use an R9, but for other guns it's a little bit different. Um, I like this change with the breach charge for Hemlock. So for the Hemlock, they made it so that the breach charge is like longer, so you can't just like bully people with it as frequently. But they also made it so it dispersed gas and smoke. So I think that's gonna nerf like a bit of caustic and stuff like that, which is good. It was already doing that to an extent by breaking the barrels, but also being able to clear the smoke, I think is really cool. So it kind of nerfs Bangalore too to an extent, but we'll see. Care package L star 20 damage per bullet, pretty strong, and this hop up seems insane with the increased damage and projectile size when you're close to overheating. It's called the red line hop up. Might be the strongest hop up in the game, just for purely a 1v1 with a gun. So integrated hop up, I should say, not like the amps or anything. A lot of these are previous hot fixes, so I'm not reading them because they were already in the game. If you're playing the game, like they already buffed the P2020, they buffed they nerfed the Hemlock in this ways before, so that's why I'm not reading them. They made it so that the car is a 26 mag size and then 28 to 30 in terms of purple and gold mag size. So I think the car is going to be really viable, and I think the car is going to be able to keep up with the R9. Like if you go to a heavy wreck, a lot of people were picking up the Prowler by default, but now you can pick up a car and pick up a Hemlock and feel really good about yourself. So, um, they increased the double tap trigger specifically for the alternator, which is like fine. I would have been upset if they did it for like the Eva 8 too. So I'm glad that they're coming. I'm glad that they're becoming more comfortable with changing integrated hop ups on guns for different guns because I think different guns need different values. Um, like I think it's different for example, select fire on the Prowler as opposed to the charged rifle because it's harder to get charged rifle damage than it is to get Prowler damage. You know what I mean? And then same thing with like the alternator. I think it's easier to get that alternator damage than it is to get with the Eva 8 because the alternator has way more range than the Eva 8. So like the alternator should get more damage that you need to take to get the hop up than the Eva 8, for example. And then same thing with the devotion. Like they decreased it just for the devotion, but they didn't decrease it for the havoc. So the havoc still takes 500 to get turbocharger, which I think is fair. You know, it should be different in my opinion. Um, they removed tridents on all these maps, and then Synergy said something about KC, but right now I'm seeing Stormpoint, Olympus, and Broken Moon, so I don't know. Oh no, it does say KC. Is that correct? Because why are they talking about? Maybe they're just saying they're removing it from all maps, so they're letting us know, but Stormpoint is not in the rotation for this first split. I don't know. For Broken Moon, they removed a lot of the zip lines. This looks a lot better to me, I'm not gonna lie. Just by looking at it, like seeing all these red lines destroyed, beautiful. Like you used to be able to go from like freaking Bionomics here all the way to the back of Atmo for free. And like it'll take a lot less time to do that. So if you're fighting an Atmo on this side, you're not gonna get third partied within like 20 seconds from the other side. Like that's way better. What's good, Tenko? Welcome in. And yeah, let's see. That's the rotation. I don't know. These are my three least favorite maps in the game, so that's a little bit disappointing. And I don't care about a lot about those stuff. Season reset. We fixed an issue where players tier bounds could sometimes be placed lower than others. Okay. And then this is a bunch of bug fixes. Fix the ultimate slam, not destroying catalyst reinforcements. Add new fuel for ready to rumble and defense line upgrade. Revenant. Kingsley attack earlier and ready gun sooner than intended. So they fixed an animation cancel. Self revive. The Vantage fixed an issue. Yeah, all of these seem just like minor bug fixes. Quality of life. Okay, new firing range settings. Infinite healing toggle, self revive toggle, and rebuild hard light button. Okay, that's cool. So you don't have to be a control legend to rebuild Hardlight. You can just do it to test stuff. That's awesome. I love that change. And then the healing stuff is the stuff they're adding to the game, and I kind of like that you have a self-revive toggle, so you don't have to like change legends as much. But I still think change legends if you're doing like a 1v1 with somebody in the range will be faster. Fake thermite interactions, that's good. Basic necessities are back. CPU stuff, and yeah, cool. Audio added ability to tweak individuals, so that's what they said. And then fix the issue of having rival audio could cut. Okay, cool. They fixed some graphic stuffs apparently. Okay. So we should get better frames now with these graphic improvements. I don't think like the specific things are that important, but sounds good. All right, let's get in the range, yo.